Hello, Donny Carr here with another In the Studio. Today we are going to make a white noise transition build effect, but I'm going to go about it in a slightly different way. So let's just jump right into it. I have this little demo here that we're going to use for the demonstration. Let's have a listen. Okay, so maybe you might recognize this. I used this in the variations video I did a few videos back, but I just repurposed it, changed a few things for this video. So what we're going to do is make a transition sweep effect for this little 2-bar drop-down section leading into the next phrase. All right, so I have this white noise little loop here, which we're going to use for the source material. I think this will work great. This is just something that I found in my sample pack. So to start, what I'm going to do is just take that first little white noise hit, that first like little blast there, and we're going to run this through a 16th delay. I already have a 16th delay pulled up, or I'm going to use the waves H delay. I have it set to 1/16. And what I will do is record this through Edison. So I'm just going to arm this for recording, and let's turn on the delay. And I'm going to push the feedback up really high, like over 100. Okay, and then we'll just record this in. Okay, we have our recording. Let's stop that. We'll just pull this into the playlist. I'll nudge this over. I don't need this anymore. And we'll just zoom in here. And just want to make sure this is in time. That'll do there, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then what I will do next is cut out a 2-bar little snip of this. Okay, and we'll just slide this over to our little 2-bar kind of drop down section where our sweep will occur. And then let's actually just make sure this is in the mixer here. So we'll just throw this on track 42. Okay, and now I could do a filter sweep up on this, but I'm just going to use volume automation in this case. So I'm just going to right click, automate the volume, like so. And I'm just going to zoom in here. I'm just going to add a little fade at the very end of this. So I'm going to switch the grid to 1/6 step. Just add a little fade. Okay. There we go. Give it a little curve. Something like that will do. Let's hear it. Just switch this back to cell. You know what? I don't want this delay on here anymore, so I'm going to turn that off. Let's get rid of Edison as well. Okay. Now, it could sound really nice just like cutting off like that, but in this case, I want to add some extra delay on top and have it carry over a little bit. So I'm going to grab Fruity Delay 2. I'm going to turn this into a ping pong so we have a little bit of movement here. Let's actually go for a quarter note. And I'm just going to push this feedback up kind of high. Let's hear how that sounds. Okay, let's have a listen in context. Okay, I'm going to take away some of the top end on this. So I'm just going to roll the top end off a little bit. That's better. And then let's add some reverb as well. So I'm just going to grab the stock reverb 2 here. Now I'm going to open up the high cut here. I want more top end frequencies coming through on this little transition effect. So I'm just going to push this up to maybe around 10K. And then add a low cut here. We'll cut it around 650. That should do. I'm going to increase the size just a little bit and increase the decay a little bit. Maybe 3.5, 4 seconds. That could always be adjusted. And then we'll automate the wet over the course of this 2 bars. So I'm going to highlight this here and right click and create an automation clip for that. Let's pull this little bad boy down. I'm going to go from maybe 60%. We can tweak that as needed, but that'll be a good starting point. And give it a little curve there. Cool. And let's hear that. Okay. I'm going to add a low cut here just to make sure we're keeping things tidy. I don't really need anything below this. Yeah, 300, 400 hertz. So there's not much down there, but just in case, I'm just going to leave that low cut on there. And then I might even go for a little extra modulation just to give this a little bit of a different flavor, some different character. So let's try the Fruity Flanger. And there's some nice presets in here I like to use sometimes. I mean, there's some decent presets in here, but I particularly like these disto chorus ones. Let's try this one here. Yeah, it's nice. Just going to pull back on that wet a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Let's roll with that. So let's hear this in context. So I'm just going to start from a few bars back so we get a feel for how it's going to work. Yeah, I think that's working nice. And that 16th delay that we ran the noise through, that's giving it just that extra bit of energy. That pulsating 16th note, I think is quite nice. And it's just a slightly different way of going about making, you know, a white noise sweep rather than just slapping on a filter and opening it up. It just gives it a little extra attitude and energy. So let's hear it without. And with. I just turn it down a little bit. cool. I think that's working nice. And I mean, I've just used it for a little small, like little drop down section. But I think this would work great over a longer period of time, you know, for just like maybe an 8 or even 16 bar buildup. I think that would work nice, the same technique. So hopefully you enjoyed this, just a slightly different way of, you know, making a little sweet build effect out of white noise. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment or question. I'll see you soon, everyone. Take care.